think there's an opportunity for every brand to take advantage of the potential of content. It does need to recognise, or it does need a brand or a marketing department to recognise the power of owned and earned, as opposed to traditional paid. And they should exist in more balanced harmony than potentially they do in some marketing departments. I would call it, you need to have as much share of heart and share of mind in owned and earned as you do create share of voice in traditional paid. And I think if the brand or the marketing department recognises that, then content takes on a really important role and meaning for that marketing department to ignite conversations and dialogue in the owned and earned space. I think at the same time, at a creative level, content unlocks real potential for brands. I think a lot of the time marketeers tend to be quite technical and transactional and rational, but people consume brands very emotionally. And actually in the world of content, you are looking to use content to emotionally engage people, bring the romance of a brand back to the conversation, to the narrative. And I think content certainly helps guide channel marketers thinking to do that as well. Every brand has a story to tell. He's absolutely right though, you need to know what your brand story is. What's the reason for your brand being in the world beyond the product, the functional, the rational? Because every brand, has to have a very clear sense of what it is and what it isn't in order to be able to tell the right stories that actually add value to the brand as opposed to are just great ideas. And I think for me, one of those fundamentals you actually have to have in place before you start on this content journey or any even communications journey is absolute clarity about what your brand does and doesn't stand for and what your brand does and doesn't need. Because then you can really confidently harness the power of content, in the right way.